Well, hello. So my cup of coffee today got me to thinking. I love cups that have messaging. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be much. But these three statements alone will have you start to ponder. Kind, bold, you. Well, we have no problem with the statements themselves, but can we dig into them? That's what I want to do. Because as a woman, especially one that grew up in the 70s and 80s and even now, I'm kind of tired of being told to be nice, to be quiet, or to be molded into somebody other than who I am. Well, let's talk about what it really means to be kind and its opposites, or what it means to be bold and its opposites, and what it means to be you, its opposites and its detriments to you. That's why I love it. And I pick up mugs. I love mugs. I buy mugs often. And I'm sitting outside, so, we're in the elements. So if you hear some stuff behind us, just block it out right here, me and you. All right? So be kind. Good cup of coffee to y'all. It's Rutamaya. It's an organic coffee out of somewhere else. I don't remember. I want to say Mexico. But it is absolutely delicious. And I'm usually a community girl because I'm from New Orleans and I like chicory. But this is delightful. Just in case you were wondering. Back to being kind. Here's the thing. Let me give you an example of when I realized that I wasn't nice. Or better, not just realize that I wasn't nice, but became okay with it because I'd been arguing with people. I'd been told my whole life I wasn't nice. And it would piss me off because I always have other people at least in my consciousness. As the more I grow, the less they are at the forefront of my mind, and the more I am at the forefront of my mind. Okay? That's going to get to the be you part. But I always considered other people. I was never intentionally mean to people. But part of who I am is to be honest with people about who I am first. And especially if I'm asked about something, then I've always been curious about life. So I don't mind when other people have opinions or ideas that are not mine. And it's how I grow. So it's how I live, right? So we go through life through this perspective of who we are. And very oftentimes, others can't handle that. That's when you have to be sure about who you are. We're going to get to that. So, be kind. What's the opposite of kind? Well, I'll tell you. It's not being mean. It's being nice. Nice is to be agreeable. It is to, and I wrote a few notes, it is to be appeasing. It is to be pleasing. It is to be delightful. It is to be what many people consider goodness and light, because when they encounter you, then you're always so sweet. Listen, you need to have some roar in you, okay? It is roar that helps you to draw hard, fast lines for people who don't respect your nice. See, women particularly have been groomed to believe that if you have a roar, then others will not accept you. And in some cases, it's true. I have absolutely experienced it. In fact, my whole life, in my own family, my father was the only one who celebrated my roar, but he was the only one who needed to, because he reinforced in me who I am and what I am is for me and my purpose. And if other people had a problem with it, then it was their problem. Now, as I grew, I had to balance all that out. But check this out. Being kind. Let's look at some of the contrary, okay? Well, I was going to tell you a story about when I realized that I wasn't kind. So, a husband, I say a because I've had a few, a husband once said to me, in one of my moments of, why would they say that? Why would they say I'm not nice? So it's not true. It's not true. And he turned to me and said, baby, I adore you, but you are not nice. And it's one of the things that I love most about you. I'm sorry, what? Because I knew I was every kind of nice to him. I considered him in all things. And then we broke down the difference in nice and kind. He continued to tell me that nice people rarely get what they want, and certainly not what they need, because they live in a space of appeasement. That is not who I am. He went on to say that I am one of the kindest people he's ever known. Well then, we had a little conversation about that. Hey, listen, if you're liking any of this, then this is a mutual kind of thing, okay? It's a transaction. If you like any of this, please subscribe. Go ahead, hit it, subscribe button. Yeah. And then as we go through this, if you like this particular video, let me know. Like it. And if it really resonates with you, go ahead and start the conversation. Tell me below, because it's those things that really keep this going, and get other people to start to see what you see and start to learn in the same ways, okay? If I resonate with you, baby, support the channel. Thank you. I consider others in all things. And when you consider other people, that, my love, is kind. And that consideration does not always mean you're going to be nice. So what that often means, and one of the things that people know they're going to get from me, especially because much of my gift is being able to see around the corner on people's blind spots, I am going to caution you to the blind spots I see, because that's one of my gifts. If you don't want to know, don't ask me. But if your being nice is what is continuing to draw onto you the unwanted circumstances you continue to get because you are not loving you enough to draw a hard, fast line for others, then baby, I'm going to tell you, you have to establish some standards for your own living. It is nobody else's responsibility to set standards, self-loving standards for other people that says, nah, this is not okay. And if you're going to be in my space and share my space, then you are going to honor what is important to me. And if you don't do that, then no biggie. You just can't be in my space. You get to do that. You get to say that this crosses a boundary for whatever reason you have it. And whatever that boundary is in that moment is the space that you're in. Now that can change as you continue to develop, okay? And perhaps that person has come to help you develop in that area. And I'm telling you, people like that will continue to show up in your world until you start loving you more and honoring the things that are important to you. Okay? So, be kind. Be kind to you first. When you're kind to you, and your kindness to other people is from a self-loving place, then you'll attract the people who will respect everything that you are, all that you bring, and all the things that are important to you. Okay? Be bold. Ooh. Some people think that being bold is a personality, is an issue of personality. Well, if you've been around me any length of time, then you know I distinguish temperament from personality. Some of us are born courageous. Some of us just kind of, if you've had some kids, one of them may have come out of the womb not afraid of anything, just stepping into everything. And part of how they learn is kinesthetically. They need to feel it out. They're going to test the waters. So some of us are born courageous. That is not the same as bold. Bold is standing in your truth, regardless of your personality. Standing in what is important to you and making sure that you stand in that thing, honey, with a boldness, an audacity, I am here and I will roar. Now, while I'm using roar and specifically said women, this is for everybody. Nothing I do is about gender unless I am breaking down gender myths. Because we are who we are. We are human first, and our temperament determines how we go throughout the world. Temperament is about those natural leans and propensities and wirings that have already fixed how you will process information, how you think about things, how you emotionally process things. And those things will often feed your behaviors. By the time it gets to behaviors, though, and you are no longer a toddler, then it is likely that there's some conditioning that has fed the behaviors too. It's why it's important to understand who you are temperamentally from who you've become because of experiences, okay? Which thus form your personality. Now, stand boldly in your truths, because whatever truth you have in the space that you're in is what's going to lead you to your next best self. Be you. I've already hinted to much of it. Be you, because trying to be anybody else is a horrible imitation. Nobody, you don't need to imitate anybody. Who you are is more than enough. And who you are, aligning with that, is the only thing that is going to put you on the path you came here for, set you on the journey that you came to experience, and lead you to all of the things that you said you came here for. That's what purpose is. Purpose is about honoring who you are so that you can move more easily along the path you are intended to live. Not being what anybody else wants you to be, not even considering what anybody else wants you to be. Because what they want for you doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter who they are. There will be people throughout your life who will have problems with how you think, how you process emotion, and what you do. You have to be comfortable with who you are and practice dismissing other people's displeasure with you enough that you know that when it's time for you to modify any parts of your behavior, if you are connected to your own source, I'll say that again, and sometimes I slow down so you can ponder. When you are connected to your own source, your source will identify for you the things that hold you back. But there are a lot of things that people will say is going to hold you back. That is exactly what is going to propel you, because it is not them, and what they're trying to change is making them uncomfortable. Well, hello, plane. Or helicopter. It's not my view, so I don't know what it is. Anywho, so I decided to let my cup be a teaching tool for you today. Be kind. Fuck nice. And be bold in your own authenticity. Okay? Bold doesn't mean loud. Bold doesn't mean, sometimes it could be loud. But bold means standing in your own truth and your own authenticity. Ultimately, be you. Get back to understanding who that is, because I promise you, your life has conditioned you, and people around you have conditioned you to be what is comfortable for them. And a lot of times that meant chipping away at who you are naturally. If you're not happy, baby, I promise you it's because people around you have conditioned you that who you are is not enough. And once you know that who you are is enough, then you'll be propelled into so much that you never ever question your enoughness again. Be kind, be bold, be you. It's your life. Choose it just as it is. Own it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Change it. As long as you can breathe and learn, it can get better. Bye for now.